everyone. Welcome to the New Westminster Public Library. Of course, tonight we're celebrating National Poetry Month, which is brought to you by the League of Canadian Poets and the Canada Council. Tonight we're excited as New Westminster Poet Laureate Kenneth James is here, as is internationally acclaimed poet Andrew Parkin. And before I turn the evening over to City Councillor Puchmayr, I just have two housekeeping items to mention. One is that I'm told that the event is planned to run until approximately 8:30 p.m. And then two, if anyone is in need of a restroom, they are out the doors and to your left, just past the elevator. So without further ado, I will introduce City Councillor Puchmayr.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I'm supposed to mention the Canada Council and the League of Canadian Poets?
Yes, the sponsors.
Who are sponsoring us.
Yes.
Where are they?
They're here in spirit.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you, League of Canadian Poets, Canada Council. Well, thank you. Thank you for that introduction. I'm Chuck Puchmayr. I'm a member of New Westminster City Council. Have been off and on since, wow, 20 years, 1996.
Long time.
Unreal, with a little stint in Victoria as your MLA, and then I retired with a little malady called liver cancer, and had a transplant and have a new lease on life.
Wow. Yeah.
And I run a charity farm out in the Fraser Valley, and my nephew said, I think you've got a farmer's liver, and I think I did. We raise cattle for charity. It's called the Beef with Hunger Society, and so far we've raised 35 animals in the last 4 years. Most of it going to the protein food bank in Surrey, which helps people with HIV, AIDS, hepatitis C, people that need high protein diets so that their medication works for them. So there you go. Now we'll get to the real good stuff, right? So what we'll do is we're going to have Andrew come up, and then we're going to have Candace after that. And there's a sheet there, and it says reading. And Candace said I should put it up there with a pen, which I did. And the reason it's up there is because there are books for sale. And when you're coming up to sign up that you want to do a reading, you might even want to buy a book, right? So that's the method behind that madness. So let me tell you about Andrew. Andrew Parkin was born in Birmingham, England, and is a poet, novelist, essayist, reviewer, lecturer, professor of English, and the author of many books, the most recent one being Private Dancers or Responsible Women. In the Royal Air Force, that's a well, he's an actor. In the Royal Air Force, at 18, he learned Russian, worked for the Royal Air Force Intelligence in Berlin before going to Cambridge in 1958. Wow, this is like 3 years after I was born, 4 years after I was born. After graduating, he taught in England, in Hong Kong, and Bristol, where in 1969 he received his PhD in drama for work on W.B. Yeats' plays. He began publishing criticism and poetry in 1970 and emigrated to Canada, becoming a Canadian citizen, which I did too, and taught English literature at the University of British Columbia for 20 years, becoming a full professor. He founded and edited the Canadian Journal of Irish Studies. Andrew is a member of the Writers' Union of Canada, League of Canadian Poets, and the Royal City Literary and Artists Society in New Westminster, BC. He has given readings in Vancouver, Toronto, Canada, Corpus Christi, and Yale, USA, London, Oxford, and Cambridge, England, Paris, and Avignon, France, Dusseldorf, and Göttingen, Germany, Canberra, Australia, Christchurch, New Zealand, Beijing, Nanjing, Sashwu, how do you say that?
Susha.
Bless you.
Susha.
And Canton, China, and Hong Kong. He now lives in Vancouver, British Columbia, and we're going to add readings in New Westminster. let's welcome Andrew Parkin, please.